What's going on? It is a beautiful day outside. The sun is shining. I can't say that all the time here in Oregon, so I'll take it when I can. You know, just take in the rays, the vitamin D. Love it. Love all that good stuff. It's nice to be able to actually get some natural vitamin D in every now and then, as opposed to supplementing it every day. But if you watched the last video, I was talking about switching up my training routine. And today is the day. I decided, I don't know who we is in this situation. I decided to go with chest and side delts, back and rear delts, legs, and I'll be doing quads and hamstrings together, and then arms and calves. Now, on the back day, this is as needed or an as feeling basis. I'll be doing forearms, and with calves, I'll be doing those also on a as I feel basis. Now, it's always going to be done on arm day regardless. I still have yet to film a single set of calves, so there's no proof that I'm doing it. I promise I am doing them though. But my reasoning for this is I've been doing 2 days on, 1 day off. I feel great, but now I just kind of want to get into more of a consistent rotation. Currently my split has 5 days in it, so the days are kind of changing all the time. I just want it to be, I'm gonna have it chest and back, rest, legs and arms, rest. And my idea for this is, to split up volume. I definitely don't want legs and back in the same block. That sounds like a nightmare, and I don't want to deal with that whatsoever. So legs and arms is a good combination, and then chest and back you really can't go wrong with, in my opinion. And for chest, I'm probably just gonna stay away from upper chest movements, or I almost said flat chest. We don't want a flat chest, definitely not. Flat benching movements, we're gonna primarily focus on incline, simply because I really don't do a lot of front delt exercises, and upper chest movements do hit the front delt a little bit better than, if you're on a flat bench. This isn't to say I can't ever do a flat bench movement, but I will be prioritizing incline benching, incline biased movements, we'll say that. But yeah, other than that, you saw me in the beginning of the video. I was eating some beef and rice. Threw that down. I'm gonna throw my pre-workout meal down here probably in 30 to 45 minutes. Now, it's not, I'm gonna be going to the gym in about 3-ish hours or so. Typically, I wouldn't eat that far out from training, although I am technically working right now, so I have to go out and do some work actually, and that's kind of throwing a monkey wrench into my schedule. So things are gonna be a little bit different today. So hopefully I'm not too hungry by the time I get to the gym, but whatever happens, happens. And you just gotta do what you gotta do. But I'm not stressing about it too much. I'm just going with the flow of things. Sometimes you're not gonna be able to play out every single day the way that you would like. It's just how you approach the opportunities that are presented to you. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. Anyway, from here, I'll probably just see you at the gym. So, see you then. All right, hitting legs at Prosper Athletics today was amazing. Starting with the lying hamstring curl. This lying hamstring curl feels really good. There's like a huge pad, which is really nice because it's hard to find that for people with larger bodies, especially at a commercial gym. So this feels really good. I like to keep my feet close together and point my toes out. This helps me keep tension on my hamstrings the entire time. And from this angle, I don't know if you can see it, but I try to think about lifting my quads up off the pad at the top of the rep. That just kind of gives you that little extra squeeze at the top of the movement to really get as much as you can out of the entire rep. And you can kind of see there my hamstrings are popping through the sweats, which, you know, I am a big fan of that. So let's keep that going as best we can. And with something like this, I really don't like to lock out my knee at the bottom. Some people might say that's not full range of motion. I really don't care, to be honest with you. If I lock my knees out, it's going to put a good amount of pressure on my knee, and it doesn't feel good whatsoever. So screw that. I sped up the time in between here. I finished my last set with some rest pauses. Just did about 3 extra reps, rest, and then 3 more reps, just to go a little bit beyond failure. I want to be able to maximize this time at the beginning of prep to use all of the food that I have going into me before it starts getting taken away and we're just holding on to muscle. So while I'm at the point where I can still put on some lean muscle, I'm going to do so by adding some intensifiers. And then speaking of intensity, so today I switched back and forth between hamstrings and quads, and I don't know how I feel about it yet. I might have to try it out a couple more times. I'm used to doing strict hamstrings and then going straight into quads, but today I decided to flip-flop back and forth and kind of keep the pump going throughout the workout, and it felt really good. And I'm doing heel elevated squats here with 275. I just got as many reps as I could and trying to keep it under as much control as I could. I don't have a very long pause at the bottom, if a pause at all, but these are starting to feel really good. I'm getting more familiar with the movement. I did about, I think it was 17 reps on this first set. And from there, on this set, I took the 25s off and just did 225, and I was just trying to go as slow on the way down and then a quick pause at the bottom. And this burns. I have to say, I've really been enjoying this style of training for my quads. It's really like opened up my mind to what it takes to build big quads. It's one thing to be able to push a lot of weight with your legs. It's another thing to push a lot of weight with just your quads. So this is a nice little mix up. My quads are destroyed as I'm recording this right now, but we're gonna keep going forward with these. I'm really liking the bias on pushing my knees forward rather than, you know, doing the whole knees forward, hips back. I don't really see much of a need to focus on a lot of hip loaded movements right now for my quad work, just because my hips and my glutes are pretty developed compared to my quads. You've heard me say it before. I'm just going to keep saying it probably for eternity, so get used to it. And then the final set of squats, I just did 225, but I didn't do as slow on the way down. I was just trying to exhaust my first squatting movement, and this was the great way to do it. Not getting wrapped up in how many reps I'm throwing up. I'm really just chasing a feeling, and I'm trying to get as good of a burn as possible. And as you can see, my form wasn't breaking down at the end. I'm just going until I reach mechanical failure, and then I'm racking it. And then we move on to the next hamstring movement. This was the first set of seated hamstring curls, and I think I had the seat a little too far forward, so I adjusted it on the next few sets. But I love this seated hamstring curl specifically because of the handles that are on top of the knee rest there. It really allows me to push into it so I can lock my hips into the seat and focus on just getting a really good squeeze. And you can even see there, my arms are starting to get a little bit more definition. So the cut is starting to take effect, which is definitely a good sight to see. I guess overall, training-wise, lately has been going very well. Nutrition has been solid, so the pumps have been amazing. Mind-muscle connection has been through the roof, and something I've been trying to get better at in my workouts is, I think as lifters, it's kind of easy to get thrown into autopilot mode where we're not really thinking about our workouts. You know, we've done them so many times over and over and over again, or maybe you do a different workout every time you come into the gym, and you kind of just cruise through the workout. And we're often trying to progress in the gym, and when you're on autopilot, you're just doing what you do normally, and you're never going to do it at a level that's higher than what you're normally capable of. So every time I've been going into the gym, I've been trying to be the opposite of autopilot, on manual. That's the word I was looking for, sorry. And really just digging in and going past where I want to stop the set. And really just finding that new discomfort zone and staying there. And this was a fun movement to do that with. So I kept the clips slowed down, or normal speed here at the beginning, and then I sped it up. Otherwise we'd be sitting here for a very long time watching me just do a very slow rep at a time. But I'm not too sure how I feel about a pin-loaded leg press. They've just never really felt right to me, although this was the only leg machine open at the time, and I did want to do some kind of single leg movement today, so I figured why not give the seated machine leg press a try. And you know, it wasn't horrible. It's just the setup for these things, having the seat so close to the pad, it just makes it kind of awkward getting in and out of, but not that big of a deal. And then we are going on to the leg extensions. This is a different leg extension from the last time I was here, and I'd have to go back onto the other one, but I think I might like this one more. I can't exactly say why. I just felt a better connection, and maybe it has to do with the ankle pad being one unit rather than two separate units, but that could just be complete fake news. But at this point, the legs are feeling thrashed. They're full of blood. It's hard to walk. It's really hard to do like a sissy squat. So definitely getting what we came into the gym for. And, you know, don't skip legs, guys. I'm just going to take this moment to tell you guys not to skip legs. I see too many people committing this gym crime, and it's very sad. Hitting legs can do so much for your physique, and it's easy to look in the mirror and you don't like what you see. And I'm telling you, man, if you're skipping legs, you're missing out on 50% of the body. That's 50% gains you could have. But face it, man, you're just being a wimp. You're not being strong. You got to go past what you want to do if you want to be or go where you've never gone. So don't skip legs. Definitely don't skip this machine. I've been neglecting my adductors for a while. I was hitting them a lot, and then I got like an inner hip strain. So I'm gonna start jumping back on these here. This is the last movement of the workout, and sadly there was no pump check today. There was a kids karate class going on in the posing room that I was not made aware of, so I didn't exactly want to go check out the leg pump in a room full of kids practicing martial arts. That would be a little bit awkward. But with these, I never go crazy heavy on the weight. I always just slow eccentrics, squeeze at the top, and then just rep it out until your inner thigh is on fire. They're horrible. They suck. They'll do wonders for your leg training. They'll make your legs so much stronger. But anyway, that's going to do it for today. Appreciate you guys for coming out, and I'll see you when I see you.